What's up, boys? Miss here, late night charting session. I want to quickly go over the trades I took on Monday, which was yesterday, August 24th, and Tuesday, August 25th. It was two wins, but it was clean unicorns, in my opinion, clean readings of the chart. So let's just quickly go over it. So coming into Monday's price action right now, we're in the daily time frame. It's very important to look at the daily, the 4 hour, the 15 minute, the 5 minute. All the time frames are important because price is fractal, right? So we're trying to catch the 4 hour candle, and let's just quickly go over it. So coming into the daily time frame, I'm obviously going to be bullish. Why is it obvious? Because we're trading inside of a massive bullish gap, right? So this tells me that we want to be bullish for the day. Also, it's very important to notice that the lows, the previous day low has been swept. And what does that tell us? That's a liquidity sweep. We want to see the previous day highs now get swept. So with previous day lows getting swept, we know that most likely Asia and London have been swept already. So on the daily, I am going to be bullish. Also, it's very important to know that on the weekly, we're also trading inside of a massive bullish gap, right? So uh, after 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we were pumping. 2 weeks ago, we were straight pumping again, and then last week we had a retracement inside of the bullish gap. So what we can expect for this week is another pump, maybe towards all-time highs on NQ. All right. Okay, so it's currently 9:58 a.m. right here. It is the macro time. 2 more minutes, and we're going to get a new hourly open. And you have to take my word for it. But here in the trading, copy trading, TradeZella, I can't um see what ES is doing. But here we had a minor SMT at the lows. All right, so that was my very first telltale sign that it was time for an inversion. We wanted to see the inversion. Remember, on the daily time frame, we had already swept the previous day lows, and we wanted to see the previous day highs get met. Also, we had London high unmitigated, which was all the way up here, but let's just say we only want low hanging fruit, which is all the way up here, right? So this is our drawn liquidity. So a very important thing to remember is if we have our low hanging fruit right here, if we have our drawn liquidity, we only need to extract about 60 to 80 points. We don't need price to come all the way, because from here to here is about 200 points. That is way too much for us. We only need 80 points to make the money that we need to make for the day, right? For our targets to be met. So if we know algorithmically that the market maker model moves like this, you have your accumulation, you have your manipulation, and you have your distribution. This is exactly what we're hoping for. And how do I exit this? All right. And the unicorn, essentially the entry happens within the retracement here, right? So after the accumulation, you manipulate and you get your shift in market structure, right? This right here is what I like to call the shift in market structure, and the entry is going to be here on the fair value gap. That essentially is my strategy, the unicorn strategy. That is essentially also what mainly IFVG traders take, or you could, a lot of people also like to take the the continuations from these gaps right here, right? So there's a lot of ways to profit from the market maker model. If you know this in essence, you'll be set to make money from the markets, but you need a concise and precise strategy. So that same pattern, we can find it already right here. This in itself is already the unicorn. This is all we need for our conditions for the unicorn. So what do we have? Even though it's small, even though it's tiny, we already had our liquidity sweep, right? And usually when you have your liquidity sweep, what you're going to get is an SMT within the lows. So we had our liquidity sweep right here, and we have SMT, minor SMT within the lows, right? And now we have everything we need for the unicorn. You have this bullish order block that gets inversed, right? So if we're in a bearish trend, if we're going to continue selling off, I want to see every bearish PD array get respected. But since this bearish PD array gets disrespected, this is what I like to consider a breaker block. And this in itself is already my market structure shift. So let me mark it as such, MSS. That is my market structure shift. And this is now an order block turned into a breaker block, right? So it's a breaker now. And when you pair a breaker block with a fair value gap, you can see we have our fair value gap right here. This is all I need to see for us. Also, we have our target right here. We have London high unmitigated. We have previous day low swept. We are trading inside of a daily bullish gap. We have all the confluences we need for us to take along, right? Yes, we are trading bearishly. Yes, we're under retracement. But remember, this is a probability game, and 10 out of 10 times I'm taking this trade. So let's go over and see how exactly this play out. So my limit entry is going to be exactly like this. Stops below the protected low. My stop loss was right here below the order block, and all I need to target is a 2 to 1, and that's all I need for me to make good money, good bread. You could either be as wide as you want here and still target the 2 to 1, and it should play out. This is the protected low. Why is it a protected low? Because we have SMTs within the lows, and if price comes all the way down to resweep the low, then that immediately invalidates the whole trade idea. So let's just play it out. And right there we get tapped. Massive gap. We're sitting a lot in drawdown, and a lot of it essentially comes down to self-belief in the unicorn strategy. And with my stop loss placed at the protected low, I will not have an issue with holding the trade. And right here, let me pause it for a bit. Right here, I did re-enter with another contract, and I adjusted my stop loss towards this low. So why I re-entered is because, again, we have the same pattern. We have the unicorn pattern. You have your breaker block right here, right there. That's your breaker block. And you have, it's a bearish order block turned into a bullish breaker block. And right here, you have your gap. I like to always trade in the first percentage gap, which is this one. The next percentage gap, the most nearest. Usually the breakaway gaps right here down below don't get mitigated, but there is a chance that they can get mitigated. So I add one more contract and I heavily de-risk from my position. So instead of risking 250 on the trade, all I'm risking is $150 to look to make $500 and more, because I'm going to partial trade now, right? So again, sitting in drawdown, believing in the strategy. I place my stop loss here is because this order block is the last line of defense for us to take price higher. So as you can see, price perfectly taps the order block, and let's see what happens. As we can see, we distribute and I partial exit right there with two contracts. I have one more contract remaining. And of course, I'm just going to let it run. Although this was a long hold. Long hold, boys. This was a long, almost all day hold. I did end up adding one more contract in another unicorn right here on the gap, and it does end up displacing higher. I do eventually end up trailing heavily. In hindsight, maybe this was enough. I could have exited, but I was targeting the low hanging fruit up here, which unfortunately does not end up getting mitigated, and we do end up getting stopped out, perhaps right here, maybe, and right there. So I did trail my stop loss to here, but as you can see, we caught from the first entry, which was here, towards the exit, we caught 150 points, which is more than enough. And in total, I made $700 across X amount of accounts. So 10 accounts, 20 accounts, doesn't matter. But I made $700, and that's all you need to retire from trading, to make a living out of trading. You only need to catch small moves for small profits. The game is volume, capital. That is the name of the game. So let's go over the next trade. So today's trade ends up being a much cleaner, smoother textbook unicorn. So the important here that I want you to know coming into the day is that we are still bullish, right? So we're still trading inside of a bullish gap. We are still uh, within that bullish daily. So in the higher time frame, of course, I'm going to be bullish. That is hard not to see. But in order for us to pump bullishly, in order for us to continue on the bullish trend, what do we need to do? We need to seek liquidity. So what I'm always looking for is, okay, where is London? Where is Asia, right? So I already know for a fact that Asia is down here and it remains unmitigated, right? So this is Asia right here. And then let's go over to around here. This is going to be London. So we have unmitigated London and Asia lows, okay? So that already is giving me, I don't have a bias coming into the day. Yes, in the higher time frame, I am going to be bullish, but I'm ready to switch my bias if I see anything that goes against our trade idea, bullish trade idea, all right? So let's just go ahead and play it out. As you can see, it's currently 9:40. You're going to have to take my word for it right there. It's 9:40, and let's see what happens. So I'm watching price, still not macro time. Right there, it's macro time. We do see not really a bullish unicorn. We are chopping in the 5 minute. I remember this. We are chopping in the 5 minute. You can see I did not want to really trade anything. No real bullish unicorn because we, as you can see here, we didn't shift market structure, even though ES did shift market structure and Q was holding a bit more bearish, and all in all, we were just chopping and consolidating. So right there, we get a strong move. And already what I'm seeing is we already swept some buy side liquidity, right? So if you go over the 5 minute, we could see here that we already swept some liquidity. So this, and also we had a bearish SMT within this highs. NQ failed to take all the highs while ES did take the highs. So we had our SMT, we had our liquidity sweep, and you're going to see right now that there is going to be a bullish unicorn right here. So let's just watch. There was a bullish unicorn entry right here for us to continue higher since we were with the bullish bias, but since we had the liquidity sweep plus the SMT, it was easy for me to fade the unicorn setup. All right, I do not want to take this unicorn. I want to fade it because we've already swept the liquidity, right? So now I'm actually looking for the opposite. I'm looking for shorts. I'm looking for the London to get mitigated, right? In order for us to be higher, we need to seek lower. We need to take some liquidity and take some lows. So both ES and NQ align perfectly to start displacing bearishly, right? So let's just play it out. And this right here is already a bearish unicorn. And this was already me saying, all right, I'm actually going to enter this bearish trade idea. This bearish play is perfect. We had our liquidity sweep. We have SMT at the highs. We have our displacement lower. We have, remember, let me quickly go over it. You have your accumulation, you have your manipulation, and you have your distribution towards a higher time frame PDRA, right? So usually what you're going to find here is you're going to find that there is a liquidity sweep here with an SMT, right? So let's just say this is the SMT, and usually also here the target where it trades to is usually going to be another liquidity pool, a kill zone is what I like to call them. So it's Asia and London lows is usually what you're going to target, and the unicorn is going to be exactly this. So it's the same pattern all the time. It's the same pattern every single day. Every single day. That's all what we need to take. All right. So again, the entry is going to be in the fair value gap. Our stop loss is going to be within the high. And we're going to target, always we're going to target a 2-to-1. I do end up closing this trade early because of psychology reasons. I was on a losing streak. I only wanted to secure break even for the month, which was more than enough for me. Yes, we could have capitalized more. Yes, I could have targeted London lows and made a lot more bread and a lot more money, but we decided to go the safe route since we were chopping, and I did not want to risk since we ultimately were within a bullish bias. So let's see how the trade ends up playing out. And as you can see that algorithmically price taps us in, and it's a very fast trade to take us out in profits. But in hindsight, as you can see, price ends up trailing all the way down towards that London low right there. So that's pretty much it for the unicorns, and that's essentially how I've been trading for the past, I would say, 10 months, and it's honestly the best decision. You can see my stats right here within this account. This is how we're doing this month. Not the best, but regardless, August has been shaky. I haven't traded the best this month, but regardless, man, you need to have faith in the strategy because as you could see in the previous 2 days, clean unicorn setups have happened, and a lot of these losses, there were clean unicorns within these losses that we couldn't capitalize. So the unicorn strategy very much works, and if you're interested in learning the unicorn strategy, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because I'll be covering more videos talking about the strategy, and I'm gonna keep trading it. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. GG's. Bye.